Okay, I gotta talk about Kakuzu. And I just don't get how it is hard to believe that this thing that is not a normal shinobi, the dude that looks like he has a symbiote in him or a few hollows in him, don't believe that this guy that was near immortal fought Hashirama before. Back to this freaking ability he had, I had to look it up. I thought it had to have been a bloodline trait. Heck, his eyes are green and red. No one else ever used this technique. Found out it's a forbidden technique that he took. He stole the scroll like Naruto did. You can sew up nearly any injury. So, for anybody else, you just try hitting him a bunch, it won't do anything, he'll just get his arms back. Which is why Naruto's Rasen Shuriken... Wait, I take that back. The Rasen Shuriken didn't even kill him. Kakashi had to go back and finish him off. This wasn't a fatality on its own. Even though it was, if I recall, it was just a bunch of chakra cutting him. So Kakuzu would have took a lot of hits from Hashirama, and now I gotta talk about it. Everyone will immediately think of the 4th Ninja War when he was brought back. But way back in part 2, we didn't know any of that. We didn't know the strength he had at the time. At best, the only example we had was this.
Genjutsu! Infinite Darkness Jutsu! Secret Wood Style Jutsu! Deep Forest Emergence! Hokage for nothing.
Still his best ultimate move, but I shouldn't even count that as canon. Heck, a bunch of ultimates back in the Ultimate Ninja games had people blowing shit up.
Fire style! Flame flower! Your history.
So with a forbidden technique and these things, they're supposed to not be used ever, yet all these villagers keep the damn scrolls around. They're supposed to be freaking forbidden. Because they're too OP. It's the equivalent of that treaty over nuclear weapons. Such a broken technique will allow Kakuzu to go a few rounds with Hashirama. And I forgot to mention that in part 2, dude was 91. He was older than Hiruzen, Danzo, and Onoki. So the timeline adds up. And he had to have fought an older Hashirama by that point because when he died, that's when Tobirama became the second Hokage. At best, Kakuzu was certainly smart about it and knew when it was time to stop. And stitching up your limbs every time you take a lot of damage wasn't gonna work. Now when you don't get a power-up from near death like Saiyans do. We're talking about somebody from the squad that was cool with hunting down tailed beasts. The beasts that were always a problem for everybody else. The beasts that were created by Hashirama Otsutsuki. Yet a lot of people think Kakuzu would just run from Hashirama. Dude wants the smoke and chases the bag while doing it.